repeatedly today is, am I still involved in Harborview? And I am. I'm still the largest single private owner, individual owner, but I'm not involved in any of the day-to-day stuff. I've sort of moved on to other projects and so
I
forth.
remember that, because
Right.
I did call you once on the line when you were
Well, I hope I was nicer than
Oh,
that.
yeah. I'm just being short, so you can talk.
Right. But, you know, that was a project that I founded that project. I brought it to the other investors, and I was intimately involved in the design. I did the interior work on that project, as well as landscape design. But Time and Place is a company that I founded 12 years ago. Literally was launched. I was in Paris on business, and it was a Monday night. I called my staff who was launching that business, and they said, "Oh, you're going to be very happy because the website's going live tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock." 9 o'clock that morning was September 11th.
Oh.
So you know, who had any idea what was going to happen? And you know, I've said before, maybe it wasn't the most propitious time to start a luxury travel business, but in fact it was, because of the anonymity that comes with staying in a Time and Place home. So we do have a lot of celebrities, you know, Meg Ryan and William Macy and others have stayed here during the film festival, and they stay in our properties all over the world because they can have 5-star hotel services in a private home.
Right.
And it's very alluring to people. And 6 months ago, my company was bought by the Quintess Collection based out of Denver, and they are a very high-end destination club. And as you may know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, there were about 30 of these clubs. Today there are only 2.
Yeah.
And you know, people just aren't joining things anymore at that level.
And so that's not a membership club either?
That is a
That
membership
is a
club,
membership.
and it continues. It exists, and they have a very loyal group of members, and they're adding gradually, but they know the real future, and you know, you don't know really who you can trust in a way. And so what we have set out to be is sort of either the Four Seasons or the Villa or the Relais Chateau of Villa Rentals. And we've always had a very high level of service, and we've never chosen to be the biggest in any location. So in Nantucket, we want to have 5 to 10 great houses. We don't aspire to have 30. We aspire to have a few really spectacular houses. We need more inventory here. And one of the things I want to convey, because I think that not everybody does it the way we do it, is that we do pay a full 15% commission. You know, years ago we'd negotiate. I don't negotiate anymore. It's a 15% commission. You know, I want you to be loyal to us. I want you to think of us and come to us when you have clients. We love it for you to bring us inventory, and often, you know, I think the initial reaction by realtors is that sort of conflict because you have your own inventory. Well, what I always say is we're like brain surgeons. We do something very well, and that is rentals. Let you do what you do well, which is selling. Don't waste your time with rentals when we can do it well. You get your full commission. You know that when you refer a client to Time and Place, they're going to be very well taken care of. They're going to have a happy experience. Here in Nantucket, and renters do become buyers.
Right.
We're not licensed realtors. That is not our business. It's never going to be our business. That's not what we do. So we pay that commission. You turn it over to us, and I think if you talk to other realtors who've worked with us, they will say, I don't ever have to worry about a client in a Time and Place home. They deal with the issues. I don't. Right? The other thing that we'll do is we're adding 35 destinations, so we'll have about 45 destinations by the end of this year, all over the world on 3 continents, from London, Paris, Mykonos, Santorini, Barcelona, Ibiza, Rome, Venice, to Rio, Punta del Este, Buenos Aires, and all over the United States. We will pay you a 10% commission for any client you refer to us in any of those properties. And that is an ongoing commission. It's not just they book in Paris once and then they go to Santa Barbara and you don't get that. You get that commission. If they're your client, they're wed to you, and we keep track of that. And people I think are skeptical, like that's too good to be true. It's not. It's purely a selfish business decision. Because I want Jenny every 6 months to be saying, I just got a check for $300 for Time and Place. Okay, it's not a bad sum of money, but it's a little bit extra. You don't have to do a thing for it, except to tell them about us.
It matters a lot.
Right.
That you can trust the people that you're working with.
Right, exactly. And what we want is for you to be thinking, gee, that was pretty easy money. Let me look on their website. Oh, I see they now have something, you know, in the wine country. So I know my clients at Jones's are always talking about that. I'm gonna call them and tell them they should look at this house or, you know, this website. And then we want you to contact us. We don't want the client, I mean, we want you to make sure that that relationship is preserved, because we believe you are our best sales agents. And you know us, you know time and place, you know me, and you know your clients. And it's all a matter of trust. And it's, I think, it's what people should be doing today, and I think it's a smart approach. So it's not being selfless, it's being selfish.
Yeah. which is a great guarantee.
Right.
So the website is the place to go to find all the destinations?
Exactly.
Is there any printed material that?
And not now, we're relaunching June 1st, so we're madly trying to get photographs on the site and content. Scott is here, he's our videographer.
Hello.
So we spent 3 days, about 3 weeks ago here, filming, and it was filming not just about Nantucket, but about our concierges who came from all over the world for that event. So, you know, we really believe that what we're doing is cutting edge and it's way ahead of the competition, primarily because of the service model that we have, which involves a lot of pre-travel planning. And I always say your vacation with Time and Place starts when you book, not when you arrive. So literally the people call, and you may have seen a fellow here who was taking Great Clara. He's our head of operations in Buenos Aires and Punta del Este, Uruguay, in the winter and in the summer in Fire Island. And he'll arrange polo matches on private boxes in Buenos Aires, really high end. I mean, the kind of thing money can't buy. I mean, it's not expensive, but you have to have the insider work. Yes, exactly. Right.
It's different than money.
Yeah.
Access is not necessarily the same.
No,
as-
not at all. Not at all.
So, go and show yourself.
Time and Place was sold to Quintess, and I'm the president of the parent. Oh, the Time and Place division. Yeah, so they were basically,
Then feel free, please enjoy the food.
Very, very high end.
yes, they've always been higher than.
Yes, I noticed having looked at their portfolio, they were not.
Abusive, and they, you know, sometimes just say, well, just bill me. But you know, I can't rent the house if it has a red wine stain on it, and I don't have time for turnover to do that. So you know, accidents happen, okay? But we're really careful about
So
that.
you're looking for homeowners that would like to go ahead and turn over the rentals to you?
Correct.
And then we in turn call you to rent that property?
Exactly.
So,
Right.
and the listing is in our office?
I would be careful with that.
Often it's in both, right? I mean, we always prefer exclusives, and sometimes homeowners prefer exclusives, because they don't want to be the one dealing with 3 or 4 different agents. They don't want to get the call saying, you know, the pool wasn't clean, and who's going to fix that? They just, so that's what we do. We take care of all that for them. And as I said earlier, I think, you know, it allows you all to do what you do best and want to do, which is sales. And allows us to do what we do best, which are rentals. We're not licensed realtors. We're not going to try to take your clients. They're your clients. Yeah, of course it is.
Now, do you own this house? And you own the Western Street?
No, I used to. I sold that.
Okay.
Right.
All right, so now I'm clear.
Right,
Thank you.
right. So the Zevniks own that house.
Okay,
And
so
Bruce, how are you? I never see you.
yes, yep, and they're exclusive with us. In fact, it was a condition of the sale. They said, you know, we'd like to buy your house if you guarantee you will stay. It was that important to them. You know, and they use quite a bit during summer, which is fine with us. Right, exactly, right. Acknowledge that and reward them for their new purchase. So they came to us and said, can you create some kind of adventure in your home for our BMW owners?
Well, they didn't give me a present.
I think it's coming.
Yes.
Yes.
I just wanted to say, I have to run.
Oh, okay, good. Well, good.
It looks great.
Good.
Thank you.
Bring us homes and send us clients.
I will try.
Thank you.
I'm gonna follow.